Welcome to the Working Hour,
I'm Mike.
and I'm Shane, and this is the Working Hour with Mike and Shane.
Doing pretty good.
So, change pace this week. We're out at your place.
We are. I think this is the first pod we've done with the new format
Yeah.
at my house. So
Yeah, it is.
we might have to take a couple extra breaks because we do have a baby on board with us.
There is baby.
Mama is at work, but we're trying to get the pod done for you listeners. So we love you.
She seems like she's doing well.
Yeah, Letty's doing fine. Letty says she loves you guys too.
So, this week, our album review is going to be Big Ideas by Remi Wolf. It was released July 12th. Yeah. It's released July 12th of 2024, clocking in at 43 minutes and 3 seconds. The label is Island. It is her second studio album, follow-up to 2021's Juno. The singles include Cinderella, Toro, Alone in Miami, Motorcycle, Soup, and Pitiful. That's a lot of singles to be coming out on one album. But got Remi Wolf on lead vocals, Jared Solomon on bass,
Jared.
Leon Michaels, I don't know, on saxophone, and Nick Lee on trombone, and of course Dave Guy on trumpet.
Guy Dave.
Guy Dave. That's my guy Dave over there. The album received generally favorable reviews. Looking like it got a 80 out of 100 on Metacritic. The only real outlier was a review by The Observer, which gave it a 3 out of 5. So that's 16.
That's still not bad, yeah.
Yeah, it's still not bad. It's not like it gave it like a 20 out of 100 or anything.
That does dog shit.
Yeah. Its genres are soul, pop, funk, bedroom pop, and alternative indie.
Bedroom pop. I don't know if I've ever heard of bedroom pop, but I could see a couple tracks on here being bedroom pop.
Yeah. No, for sure. I feel like it kind of like falls into her style pretty well. So I feel like she wears that well. So the very first song on the album, one of the singles, first single, clocking in at 4 minutes and 3 seconds, Cinderella. Kind of comes in with like psychedelic funk. I can be yellow, can be orange by the afternoon, and I'm purple. So quick when I switch it up, color the rainbow. Like yeah. So that's fun. Like Cinderella making babies on the company's dime. Me and the boys in the hotel lobby. I really like the horns in this song. It gives it like a very like carefree vibe. I also really like the like fun inclusion of the gym whistle that comes in. The gym whistle, and I also like the the front desk bell that.
Yes, yeah.
So
Me and the boys in the hotel
lobby.
Yeah.
Like just it's fun. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Very very fun intro, and like I feel like it's for like being the first album or first song on the album, like it's very catchy. Like it doesn't really feel like it's like building up. Like it just kind of
it kind of goes and kind of holds space the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I did like it.
So
I'll just start it off with like, this is track 1, and I kind of asked you like probably a couple nights before I listened to it if I should jump right in or just listen to Toro because I think you recommended Toro. And I think I did listen to Toro first.
I think you did, and then you said that this.
Yeah, and I was like, Cinderella's pretty good too, and then you like sent me some lyrics, and I was like, yeah. But no, same thing. I thought it was super catchy and easy to vibe to. I can be yellow. I can be orange by the afternoon. You know, she's like talking about her mood ring, right? I think is what I got from it.
Okay.
Like where you can just go through the emotions so quick.
Okay.
I thought it was a good song. It's relatable because I think a lot of us can like, you could be like having a great day and then something happened. And you're like,
just like that.
Just want it to be over and just start a new day, turn a new leaf. But yeah, I thought it was really catchy. Me and the boys in the hotel lobby, like the way she sings that, super catchy.
Very.
I think I would show this to someone if I was introducing them to Remi Wolf. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. So, close to you.
Not bad.
Which I feel like it probably has grown on me a little bit, but I give it a 7.5 any day of the week.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
All right, and moving on to track number 2, we got Soup coming in at 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So this was technically my third song. I probably listened to Toro and then Cinderella. So I actually listened to this the first time at work, which I couldn't hear it all the way, but I was like, it had me intrigued. So I thought this song was super catchy too. I think it's like it's not as catchy as Cinderella, but I think like Deep Bones, I guess you could say it's maybe a little bit better. I don't want to say better, but it's like maybe more technical of a song.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely play Cinderella over Soup for a first time listener for sure. But I was kind of like trying to look up meanings for these because some of them I was kind of struggling with. And apparently this is like when you love someone so much, you go get them soup when they're sick. And it's like, all right, I kind of like that because I'm kind of just coming into my soup roots, but I've definitely went and got Lindsay soup before. So it's like, I kind of like it.
You can
So
relate.
I gave it an 8, believe it or not. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah. So Soup, it has like a very like '80s sound to it,
I can see it.
and I feel like it also it takes its time more. When Cinderella just kind of like jumps right in, wastes like no time. This kind of
Yeah.
builds up a little bit. Um, Bass towards the beginning, like almost the bass like kind of sounds like Tame Impala a little bit.
Okay.
Like I'll play it like after we
Yeah, I'd have
up.
to listen to it after you said that to know for sure.
Bam, 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 but
Oh,
like,
okay.
bam,
There was a couple
bam.
like little snippets of her music where I was like, this kind of sounds familiar, but
But as far as like lyrics go, I got doing business on the top of the roof. They told me to leave, but I don't want to leave without you. You're so patient with the animals too. If you give me your keys, I'll go and pick up the soup. I really love like the electric drums in the song too. Also, like got a soft spot for her vocals whenever she comes in with the like I love that. It was like fantastic live. Like this
okay,
was
so she did play that for you.
oh yeah
Okay,
yeah
nice,
she played like well it was her Big Ideas tour, so it was primarily that
nice,
with like some of Juno mixed in
nice.
there. So I gave this a 7.8 out of 10. It's a good song. I do find Cinderella like a little bit more catchy, but
Yeah, for sure, for
like
sure.
you said, this is like maybe technically a better song. So yeah, I give it a 7.8 out of 10. Uh, Next song number 3, coming in at 2 minutes and 46 seconds, Motorcycle. Really like the kind of like twinkling guitar and like slow, steady drums. Kind of sounds like very soulful, like lounge music. Like you should just be like hanging out. I feel like I should be at like some like house in Malibu in like the 70s or some shit listening to this while it's like summertime out, just chilling. Uh, I got at 1 minute to. Okay, no, it's at 1 minute and 2 seconds. The we could get a house, we could get a dog, and it's like it's Remi's vocals, but it sounds like her vocals like overlapping each other. Like there's multiple,
Like a playback kind of deal.
yeah, like played over top of each
Yeah.
other, and it like kind of comes together for like a second. I like that. I thought that was like really well timed and just it sounded good. Let me see. There's just something about percussion when you're gone too long at 1 minute and 44 seconds. There's like a drum beat that hits, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. When we're waking up early in the morning, I could kiss your forehead, send you down the doorstep, say goodbye, and get right on my motorcycle. Music's like a good bit more subdued. There's nothing like too like crazy going on here, but it gives the song like a really great like ambiance paired with Remi's vocals. I gave this like an 8.6 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like this song.
No, I thought this was a good track too. I thought it was very soulful. Like
Yeah.
definitely I mean, it's only track 3, but it's definitely where I was like, all right, she's got a very soulful voice, and with the music too, it sounded very good. I was kind of thinking, Soup was more of like was kind of soulful, but more of like a ballad.
Yeah.
But Motorcycle is definitely more of a soulful track. It really showcases her vocals. Again, this is only track 3, so we're just like getting into it. But I like the Secret Life of the Wives of the Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
I love Mariachi. Or Mariachi?
Mariachi.
Yeah, Mariachi.
There you go.
But yeah, same thing. I highlighted the same lyric. There's just something about percussion when you're gone too long. Smoking on the roof, no swimming suit. And I love a song about a motorcycle. This is actually like I might at some point use this for like a story or something if I'm out on a motorcycle ride.
Yeah.
I gave it 8.2 out of 10.
Okay.
So
All right, we're pretty
the
low.
motorcycle points definitely,
All right.
or the motorcycle vibe definitely upped the points a little bit for me because I'm like,
I got a motorcycle.
yeah,
It's gonna be me on my fucking
dude. I mean,
my electric scooter.
I was like, let's do it. Let's film videos of us on the scooter, fucking ripping it around.
Absolutely.
All
It'll
right.
happen. It was like I was coming up today, and I'm like, oh, it's a little overcast.
Yeah, I was
today.
wondering about the rain, and it's kind of been spitting on and off, but
Mm.
it's still not even summer yet.
True.
All right, and then moving on to track number 4, we got Toro coming in at 2 minutes 55 seconds. I felt like this was it's not the same sound, but like the vibe I got from it reminded me kind of like Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
Kind of like a little sexual vibe to it.
Okay.
And it's kind of talking about. Does it mention about being in a hotel?
Yes.
Okay. You want me to tell Keith Jones' story?
Go ahead.
Not that everybody would know. I
Get
shouldn't
it.
have said his name. But I remember one time he was literally talking about it. He's like, yeah, that girl right there, she's probably like 20 or something, but he's like, she's just, so innocent. She's never been in a hotel just getting fucked doggy all weekend. Nothing but pizza for 2 days and just fucking. And I'm like,
Yeah?
Jesus, dude.
Okay. Nothing but pizza for 2 days.
So that's a funny good quote. He's like, yeah, just get pizza delivered and just fuck all weekend. I'm like, did you do that like one time? Like, who was doing this with you?
Oh man, that poor woman.
But
How much you pay her?
anyways, yeah, exactly. It's like, it was an expensive weekend, let me tell you.
That pizza was pricey, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The woman, not so much.
The woman, pretty cheap. That was about $40 for the whole weekend.
So
It
it was a long weekend too.
Just eating pizza, fucking doggy. And I only ate the pizza. She was on meth. So I did like the not the.
She offered me some. I said no. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, you got to. I wish everybody listening to this could know the guy I used to work with. But I did like the line where she kind of mentions about flying to Miami in the morning. I thought that was pretty cool. She's like, fly to Miami in the morning, better make this one count. I thought it was like, it's like she's getting a little booty call kind of deal. And
Yeah,
she's like,
look, I'm here.
Yeah, gonna get some dick while I'm here. And I can respect that woman.
Yeah.
I lost my spot. I'm sorry. Overall, I thought it was a very sexy song, if I will say. It's very good. I can see why it was a single, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's... I would probably play this for someone as a first-time listener, this or Cinderella at this point. It's a solid track. I'm going to give it an overall, just an 8.
Okay.
Just based on its overall capability. I think it's a solid song. Now, maybe, like, for me, it kind of did drop off a little bit, especially the more I listened to the album, specifically the next track. The Toro kind of fell off for me, but I'm still going to hold it with an 8 because I think it's a high spot on the album for sure.
Yeah.
Can't deny it that.
Okay. Yeah, so I got it comes in, it's like very like funky and like kind of groovy. I really there's a handful of songs where I really like the drum beat they have. It gives like the song like a bouncy sort of energy to it that I'm like, yeah, this is like, it kind of makes it hard to like resist like getting into it, you know what I mean?
My foot's starting to jump.
No. But there's also I don't know if you've noticed this whenever you listen to it, there's like a vroom, like an engine revving sound effect like in the song.
I did not hear that.
Yeah. At like the 52-second mark. I also put fly to Miami in the morning, better make this one count. I also really like the you're so heavy, I'm horny, and I'm not worried about the sound. Waking up the people down the hall.
Yeah, it's a sexy ass song.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm screaming out, baby now, hold me down, give me what I want. And then she kind of like she moans on it. I'm like, okay. It's
Turn
like,
me on.
girl, whew, settle down. Yeah, she's like, you're a bull, and I can't help but say Toro, which is what a bull rider says. She rides a bull. Toro.
I like how she kind of like rolls her R.
Yeah.
When she does it, I'm like,
It works.
I'm even more turned on now.
Yeah. And also, I really like her delivery whenever she says, fly to Miami. Like, I love that. And then it's like, it's followed up at like basically like same point, like similar points in the chorus whenever she says heavy. Like, she does a similar thing with her voice that like I really like her delivery on both of those. Yeah, but it's a super catchy like head bobber of a song. Song is about just wild casual sex, no strings attached. Get it? I give it a 9 out of 10. I really like this song. This might be my favorite on the album, and yeah, yeah. It also leads really well. The whole like fly to Miami into track number 5, which is Alone in Miami, at 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Um, my notes, I got Fly to Miami in the Morning, Toro. I love these two songs just as a pair. It has like almost like a semi like grunge sort of sound to it. I really love how Remi just like belts it out like on the chorus. Like she just really gets after it. The lyrics I have listed are on the highway going real fast with my new friends. It's 4 a.m. Hula hooper on the dash. I'll roll the dice. In the white tent outside, listening to German techno. Laser beams are hitting my eyes at every angle. And then she just screams like alone in Miami with you there. Also, I like how she says Art Deco Museum. Like that sounds good. Toro kind of felt like almost like a high, and this song almost felt like more of like you were like coming down,
Coming back to the ground.
and it's just like, oh man, this kind of sucks. Like I'm not riding so high anymore. And one of the more rock oriented songs on Big Ideas. And I feel like it does it really well. She like slips into like a more rock sounding like style of music really well. Um, I don't know if you know this, but I forget the song, but she worked with Paramore on a song. I think they redid like one of their classic songs, but they got Remi Wolf on it.
Oh, one of Paramore's classic songs.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm not a huge Paramore fan, but I know they're good. I respect the craft.
Like, big fan base.
Yeah.
You know?
Can't deny him that.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
So.
I usually don't lead off with a rating, but I did give it a 9 out of 10 too. And I do, what you said there does hold some water. Like, it is a very rocky, I can see where you'd say grungy. For me, it's just harder to find grunge because I listen to Nirvana, Nevermind, and I'm like, it's not grunge, it's pop.
Mm-hmm.
But you can kind of make,
this isn't pop, this is grunge.
Yeah, but it's still kind of, I don't know.
It's more pop. It's definitely more poppy.
Well, this song, though, is more grungy, I think, than poppy.
Okay.
It's more rocky.
Well, I'm just saying compared to like Nirvana.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, not even close.
But no, this is probably my favorite song on the album. I give it a 9 out of 10, same as you. I love the guitar being kind of distorted and her voice being kind of distorted. Which I love her voice is great, but I did like the effect they added to it here. Again, we listened to this actually before we started recording, and it's like, yeah, when she screams, it's very good. But I read like a little bit about what the song's about, and it's when when Remi actually personally went, she was in Miami for a week alone, and she was at an art festival, and this is in 2022 when this happened. And she said the song kind of captures about being surrounded by people, daughters and thongs on the beaches, and she's just by herself, which like you were saying, it like. Not to compliment what you're saying, but like Toro is very upbeat. She's living on, just fucking getting doggy in the hotel with pizza all weekend with Keith, and then she's just kind of by herself. And I thought it was very good. Like it's a song about kind of being like you're surrounded by people, but you're kind of just by yourself, and you're kind of like it's a weird feeling. I think you can go somewhere and like you've done stuff by yourself, and you're just kind of like, man, that's kind of sucks. But I mean, it's not like terrible because like I can get along with myself just fine.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a very good deep dive of a song. Like I loved the song, and then once I read more about what the song was about, it made me like it even more. So yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10. And no furthermore, we'll move on to the next track. Track number 6, Cherries and Cream.
Okay, I'm curious to see what you think of this.
Coming in at 4 minutes 26 seconds. I think this is this the one that I didn't have a rating on before we
No, I
started.
think that was Frog Rock.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right. So I thought this opened up, and I'm glad we listened to it actually before we started recording, because some of these I can't really connect. If you play them, I could tell you instantly, but like just reading the words after writing the notes, I couldn't tell you. But I thought the intro sounded very poetic, very pretty. Like she does write all of her music now. She has other people like helping her write, so I don't know what all that boils down to. I don't really care. But I still think it's cool to see an artist. All her songs are she's on the writers. One of the writers, I guess would be the right word.
There's no song that doesn't get like a pass through.
Yeah,
of hers.
Yeah. I didn't have a major connection with the song, but I still thought it was a really good song. I think at this point, if this is your 6th song in and you're liking the album, you're gonna like this song. It really made me appreciate her vocal range, even though it doesn't really, like I said, it didn't really speak to me in any ways personally. But excuse me, I gave it a 6.8 out of 10. It didn't do a whole lot for me. Not bad by no means. Actually, when we listened to it again, I was like, man, a 6.8 is kind of low, but I'm gonna stick with it. 6.8 out of 10.
Here.
Let's take a quick pause real quick. I want to see what the baby backtrack sounds like on this before we get
too far
in.
Okay.
So just hold on with us for a minute, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back to the working hour. We were just talking about Cherries and Cream. I finished up my opinion of it. So, Mr. Shane, what do you have for us?
Okay, so for Cherries and Cream, it's a very like dynamic intro, and it kind of goes on for like a good like 30 seconds, and it kind of goes a little all over the place, and you're not really like entirely sure like where it's gonna go. I'm like, what tone is this song gonna take? It has like a 60s like 70s like psychedelic like pop to it. Um, there's like a dramatic tone at the 1 minute mark. It's like, is it wrong? Are you fearful? And then at 1:30, it gets poppy again. Like I said, very dynamic. Yeah, I've got no self control. Halloween in Chicago. I kissed you all night like the empty bottle. I really like the ooh la la, ooh la la. Said ooh la la, like yeah, I don't. There's not as much here for me as some of the like previous songs, but like it's still really good. Like it's very well made, well put together, and still fun to listen to. I give this like a 7.5 out of 10. On to track number 7, coming in at 3 minutes and 54 seconds. We have Kangaroo. This is a song that I feel like probably could have been like a radio pop hit. I do feel like there's a musical breakdown around like 2 minutes and 45 seconds that might prove kind of difficult for the uninitiated to kind of get into. Like if you had never heard like Remi Wolf and you're like, oh, what's this song? Then you're like, wait, what's this?
Let's put on Cinderella Toro.
Yeah, this is a little strange. I don't know about this, but like, but I mean, having listened to the album up until this point, like you kind of come to expect it. It's not really off-putting to me. You know what I mean? Also, like I like the title drop, the Big Ideas.
Yep.
For the lyrics, I got, oh, please stay, call me honey, we could go upstate, make some money. I won't run away when you call. This Cabernet will save us all. There's also a music like break, and then there's like this gasp at 3 minutes and 19 seconds, and then the chorus kicks back in with the music. It's very catchy. I feel like this goes right up there with Toro and Cinderella, so I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, you pretty much said everything I wrote down. I didn't really have a lot for this. Other than yeah, it does drop the name of the album. I did like that. I had the same lyrical line. Oh please, play. Jesus, words are hard, guys.
Opaque.
Oh, please stay. Call me honey. We could go upstate and make some money. I won't run away when you call. This Cabernet will save us all. I don't think I've ever heard Cabernet put in a song that worked so good as it did right here.
Yeah.
But I don't have a lot to add. I agree with everything you said, 100%. I only gave this, however, a 6.8 out of 10, just because I didn't really.
How much else?
Yeah, it just didn't really speak to me in a way. So
Okay.
6.8 out of 10. And we'll keep plowing through to track number 8, coming in at 3 minutes and 5 seconds. We got Pitiful. So this song kind of brought me back because the last 2 songs, Kangaroo and Cherries and Cream, were just kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of fell off a little bit. They were still great songs. But I like the energy of this song. I like the background singers, if you would call them background singers. I don't know if it's her backtracking or what. I thought the lyrics are pretty clever. This girl I know all up in your dickens. Hit me like a truck burning on the 101. And even if it's just a break, why do I feel so yuck? And then I highlighted a couple lyrical lines. I love my wine. He is my friend. When we go out, he's holding my hand. I thought that was very, very clever. Kind of like to me, it came off as like a breakup-ish song.
Okay.
I did like it. I did say it kind of brought me back, but I still didn't have a whole lot personal level. But I gave this one a 7.2 out of 10 because I did like it more than the last 2.
Okay. I put that it kind of gave me like the intro kind of gives like lowrider vibes, like
all my friends
have a lowrider.
Yeah.
Yeah, like similar vibes to that. It sounds like I don't know, just like Spanish, like kind of pop. I don't really know because I'm not terribly well versed in that, but like just that's just kind of the vibe that I got from it. It's a very like poppy song, yet like lyrically she is very like down on herself. And I could see her being down from like a breakup because that seems to be like there's a handful of songs in this that are like
Yeah, there's some love songs on
that,
this.
that have that theme, you know what I mean? It's kind of like Back to Black. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say it's that bad. It's not that dark.
Not, but like I'm saying like that.
Yeah, similar, because it's still not just like, oh, woe is me. It's just kind of like subtle, and you're like, yeah, that's relatable.
Yeah, still has fun with that.
How about a hug, girl? You need a hug?
Yeah. Our lyrics that we got are not very different. I put hit me like a truck, burning down the 101, and if it's just a break, why do I feel so yuck? And I'm so pitiful. Like, what are you being pitiful about?
What are you babbing about?
You being pitiful? You're being pitiful. Yeah. So 8 songs in, and this album hasn't lost me. I also gave it a 7.2 out of 10.
Nice. I've seen you chuckling over there, and I'm like,
Do you want to take a break?
And we'll come back and we'll wrap up.
We will be back, guys. Welcome back to the working hour. Let's see. Last we left off, we were at track number 9 at 3 minutes and 49 seconds. We have Wave. I thought the intro almost has like a reggae sound to it. I got for the lyrics, it is when all that's filling the spaces are cheap beers and anxious silences. All I can do is try to ride. I'll ride it like a wave. It has like a very like modern, like heavy rock sound to it. I kind of like when it's a little bit more like plucky and chill before like the heavy really starts to kick in. What was it? I feel like Alone in Miami kind of like did better for me personally whenever it came to like the more like rock oriented sound.
Yeah, it was by far kind of the standalone. I think what you were saying about it when we were talking about Alone in Miami is it was the most grungiest for sure.
Yeah,
I would almost say most rocky-ish.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot more modern rock. Like I don't know, almost like Paramore vibes, but I could be off the mark.
I could see it. Yeah,
I'm not super like into them and familiar with them, but kind of more modern like that. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. Like it's not really knocking my socks off, but it's good.
I thought it was a pretty decent song. It had some good energy to it. I thought it'd be like it had good live energy to me. Like I feel like it'd be a nice show to see live.
Yeah.
I think it kind of just like I did like the lyrics. where it's like I'll just ride the wave all the way to the shore.
Mhm.
I feel like it was kind of like a long distance relationship thing where you're just like, man, that's kind of like you're just out in the middle of the ocean swimming, drowning, but then your person just kind of you ride the wave back to shore. So I thought it was a good song. Like her writing, like I said, she did write. She's mentioned as a writer, so I don't know how much is all her, but I thought the song was pretty good as far as that. I didn't give it a great overall rating just because, again, it wasn't a big thing for me. Still not a bad song, not something I would show to a first time listener. And I can't see really a world where Wave would be like anybody's like top 3 on the album. But still,
It actually got like apparently it got a lot of buzz like
really
amongst like
okay.
the
Well,
fans like whenever it was getting ready to come
tells you
out.
how much I know about fucking music.
But I mean, it surprised me too because it
Yeah,
didn't hit me like that either.
but
Not
I mean,
really.
it's clever writing and stuff. It's a smart song for sure. I only gave it a 6.7 out of 10 though.
Okay, so we're close on that one too.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 10. Coming in at number 10, we got When I Thought of You at 2 minutes, 39 seconds. I thought the chorus in the song was like the high point for me. Like it really made me kind of, I don't want to say pulled me in, but it was like the most vibiest thing I thought. Um, I think it's like she's got a couple songs where there's kind of like a story. I thought this one was kind of like a story. The way she sings in it is different. I like how she's kind of like, yeah, yeah, yeah. She's with the music and everything.
Saw you at the pool. Like, all right, I'll stop.
No, you're good because that's like I'm drawing a blank on the lyrics. I didn't write any lyrics down, but it was different. The first time I heard it, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it. And then I listened to it a couple more times, and I was like, this is actually really catchy. This is
Mhm.
pretty clever. Um, it's a good song. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Like,
Damn. Okay.
it definitely grew on me. Like I said, the first time I heard it, I was like,
Nah.
nah.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I enjoy like the guitar, like the strumming of it, and the whistle, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like the like flow of which she like sung. Saw you at the pool. You look like a statue. Um, let's see. Vocal sound. I mean, there was like a little bit of like a auto tuned like sound to like her vocals. There's definitely some like
Yeah.
effect like laid over it for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
It's good, though. Not too much.
oh yeah, no, it's not
Not too
like
much at all.
it's not like T-Pain.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it's fine. It's noticeable enough, but it's not excessive. I don't like you, but it's okay. I love you. It's all right. It's okay. I want to watch you win, and I want to watch you cry. A lot of like conflicting, contradictory emotions following a breakup. It feels like yeah, it is like a breakup song, and it feels very fresh. Like it just fucking happened.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, feeling pretty mixed about this. Like fuck you, but like but wait, I love you. You know what I mean? It pairs really well with the next song. I feel like
I think the next song is better
I do too.
than this song.
Yeah, I did put it feels a little repetitive. I gave it a 6.7, but like the first time or two I heard it, I was like, oh, I don't really like this, but it did grow on me, and it could get even better. Especially as
It's kind of a goofy song to me,
It
just because
is.
the lyrics of it. I mean, I know it's not supposed to be, but to me, it's just like I can't take it serious 100%. But it's still
Yeah.
a good song.
Yeah. So I do like it as like a companion piece to the next song, track number 11, Frog Rock, coming in at 3 minutes and 45 seconds. It does sound very like late 90s, early 2000s pop rock. I looked online. A lot of the fans on like Reddit compare it to Sugar Ray, which I can absolutely hear. Really vibe with like the drum beat. I said it before, like it just gives like a constant like just it makes it hard to like not get into it. There's like some like twangy strumming, and it has like this audacious like bombastic like attitude about it that I really like. And then around like the 1 minute and 55-second mark to 2:14, there's like a distorted electronic guitar just like scratching.
See, I thought it was like a synthesizer.
Maybe
Because I put the same thing around the 2 minute mark.
yeah, there's definitely like some distortion, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's just, you
Yeah.
know what I mean. So that's going on. It has a lot going on musically. Like it kind of goes all over the place, but like not in a bad way. I like your life's so simple when I'm gone. No, your life's so simple now that I'm gone, but it sounds like kind of sarcastic. Um, and in the back of your throat doesn't scratch like when you smoked. And in the back of my head, I wish you didn't clean up so well. Still feels like a breakup song, so it like that's where it kind of ties into the last song. But it feels like maybe like it's a little bit more removed from the breakup actually happening. It's like slightly more accepting of the situation, just being like, yeah, well, I mean, it's more fuck you, but
Yeah,
like
it's like
still
past
like you,
tense.
but like I'd still fuck you, but
Yeah.
fuck you. Um, it really grew on me because it just kind of flew under my radar for a long time. I gave it like an 8.5 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah, this really grew on me, Dig.
So I put the same thing about the electric synthesizer, and I agree with what you're saying. Like it's kind of a breakup song too, but it's the timing's different than the previous track. I thought it was easy song to get into. I put that I really enjoyed the instrumental part of the song, kind of like what you were saying. It just kind of goes all over the place, and then electric synthesizer, guitar. We don't really know, but whatever it was, it's pretty good and catchy.
I also really like whenever she's like, I like whenever she's like, and if you see me around,
Yeah,
can you
you see, act
act
a
a
little
little
down. Damn
down?
it! See, I was hoping you didn't, because I was like, all right, he didn't grab the lyrics I wrote down.
Yeah.
But
Fuck,
no, and
sorry.
if you see me around, can you seem a little down? It's like, yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Can I hurt you a little bit
just a little bit.
that I'm not here anymore?
Yeah.
I thought that was a really nice line right there.
Uh,
But you pointed out some of the other lyrics too, and we listened to this before we did the pod,
mm-hmm.
and it kind of grew on me. I initially gave it a 7.5, but I'm gonna bump that up. I'm gonna bump it up to a 7.9
Okay. All right.
because I need to listen to it a couple more times.
And then I also like whenever she comes back in, she says it again, but it's more screamy, like like just, it's good. It works. Sorry, I don't mean to like totally like.
No, you're good. I
You know what
really
I mean?
didn't. You pretty much said everything I was gonna say 100%. There's really nothing more to add. I think we can move on to track number 12 just to start.
All right.
2 minutes 19 seconds. I like the rawness of the track. Like Remy goes for about 20 seconds and then they restart. And like you were talking about earlier, like I didn't really notice it, but she kind of comes in. I need to listen to it a little bit. I could tell it was different because there was one song, that bubbly song, it's like something Colvin or something back in the day. There was some song where she's like, "Will you count me in?" And you can hear like the guy on guitar
Okay.
literally counting her in.
All right.
Very similar to the beginning of this song, which I liked.
Okay.
Piqued my interest. Honestly, this song, it really grew on me. The first time I heard it, I was like, it's kind of a standalone on the album. I'm almost surprised that now the bonus track is kind of off the path, but this is kind of off the path too. But I like this one way more. Frog Rock, I thought, or not Frog Rock, Just to Start, it's pretty good. I almost think it's like a little bit of a jingle of a song. Like it's not
Mm-hmm.
really, not super intense, not a lot of depth, but I really liked it. And you hear her voice more isolated. There's not a lot of music going on, so you
Yeah.
really get to hear her voice. Um, it really made me appreciate her voice, like just hearing it in the style, because it's so raw. It's still not a track though I would show to someone randomly, just because it's like, yeah,
This is
nothing else off the album sounds anything like
yeah.
this. Um, but instantly this was added to my like song, so I think people will like it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, and I'd like to close with maybe If They Knew Who I Are, because I like the way she
You know
sings
who
that.
I are.
But it's a good song, like I said, 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like that it starts up, stops, and it resets. It does remind me of the Very Old Man by Hum, where it kind of like no no no, and it kind of like oh no no no. Fuck. All right. Yeah, back to start. Come on. But and I like whenever she initially, because like you said, she gets about 20 seconds in before it like goes back and restarts. And whenever it does come back in, I kind of mentioned it whenever we listened to it. Was like it seems like she's like closer to the mic, and you can hear her even clearer than you could before. Um, with it just being just like the simple like acoustic guitar and her, just vocals, and that's it. Like it really does like kind of give her like room to shine from like a
It's
vocal
her
and
Christine
like
McVie moment.
yeah, from like a vocal and like just actual lyrical content point of view, I guess. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, vocals become more clear on Reset. It's fun hearing Remi's like lyrical style and vocal style like put into this '90s sort of indie style of music. Yeah, very simple vocals and acoustic. Uh, no, I don't want to party, but I don't really want to work. Either way, I will be lonely. Either way, I'm probably cursed. And maybe somewhere in the middle is actually worse. It won't catch me. There's plenty of like really fun like human lyrics to pick from on this song. It's kind of hard to really just
And
pin
it's a
down.
short song too.
Yeah, yeah. I want to say it's probably just what, probably like 8 different like just verses of like blah 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 blah. It
Yeah.
won't catch me.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I call myself an artist, and sometimes I think it's true.
Tempting. I'm gonna pick a poo.
Yeah,
It's just catchy. Like,
yeah. It won't catch me if get myself a motorbike. My feet won't need a shoe. It
Yeah.
won't catch me. Like, yeah, just it's good. Talking about art and wine, it won't catch me. Like, yeah,
no, it's good.
it is.
It's a good track.
Yeah. It's very. It is like
It's
very
different.
like very indie, very '90s.
Yeah.
Because I can remember like being a kid and hearing songs that are like similar lyrically and just like in the style of which that they're done. And this like really just fits snugly into that.
Snugly what?
Snugly wuggly, bro. And I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Just the start. And then it just abrupt ends.
But it is, because
Yeah. So track number 13, bonus track at 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Slay, bitch.
Slay.
Bitch. Slay, bitch. It's it's very high energy, kind of a fast paced dance song, very wacky. It fits with her like eccentricity quite a bit. It has like a touch of disco going on. I'm gonna bide my time just with. Oh wait. I'm gonna bide my time just right. Forget my stress on a flight and put my hands up right when I land. Nothing really too deep. Just a fun little bonus track for the album for like the fans that have like listened this far. Just like, yeah, here's just something extra, a little B side to throw on here. Um, I feel like it kind of. I'm sure you're not terribly familiar, but I feel like it does kind of fall in line with like the past like year or two of pop with like I don't know like Charlie XCX. I could honestly hear this being in like the end credits of like the Barbie movie or something.
yeah. Oh yeah,
honestly.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can close your head and kind of it creates a scene.
Right.
Now,
Yeah, I give it a 6.3 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lowest scoring.
Yeah,
Okay. That's a fair point though.
it's a little too eccentric for me. I wish it just kind of
Yeah, it
reeled
didn't
itself
really
in just
scratch
a
any
little
itches for
bit.
me either.
And at this point in the album, with it being the very last song on here, I'm like, I feel like I kind of had my fill.
yeah, you're like, ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
Move on to the next week.
Right.
So I told you about how I showed Remi to Lindsay like last week. I played a couple songs. I didn't play this for her because I don't think I had listened to it by this point. But this reminds me of something you would hear like at a runway show.
Yeah.
And Lindsay made the comment that her voice, Remi's voice, kind of sounds like someone she would hear on like RuPaul because she's big into watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
And like this song, I'm just like, I gotta play it for her because it's like, they could do a lip sync for their life to this.
Yeah, for sure.
I could see it. I can see why it's a bonus track because it doesn't really fit at all, which kind of made me appreciate just the start because that would technically be the closing track. So, but I would assume the bonus track, if you got the CD, it would be right there. It's not hidden or anything. It's right there. But taking it as what it is, a bonus track, it's like, I can appreciate it. It's fun. I thought it was a fun song, but it just, like you were saying, it didn't really resonate with me a whole bunch.
Is it just because like it's because we're men that we're like?
I mean, I did put though like. If this came on and you were in like the right mood, and you would have to be in a right mood, and it was a nice day,
right.
Like
No,
I'm
I
picturing
hear
that
you,
scene from The Office where Michael Scott, I almost said Michael Scoot. Michael Scott pulls up and he's like, "It's Britney." Like he pops the shades down, doesn't he say like, "It's Britney, bitch"?
Yeah, something.
But he's
like
just like, "Slay." bitch, but he doesn't stop. He just goes real slow.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I give it its due, but it wasn't a big score for me too. I put it down as a
4.
6.5.
Okay, all right, a 6.5. Okay.
Yeah, I think that is my lowest scoring on it too, and I could have probably gave it worse than that, but it's like, it was a fun song.
Yeah.
So I mean, I couldn't be mad. You can't be mad listening to this. You might skip it though,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, just start to end. That's it.
That's the only song I listened to on the album, actually. Everything else got these off the web.
Fucking Alone in Miami, get out of here. How about you go be alone by yourself without me there?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yep, Pud.
So yeah, what are your closing thoughts on this album?
It was a good album. I enjoy like a nice female vocalist, and that's definitely what Remi is. And the beauty of it is this is only her second album, so if you like this, go back, and I'm gonna probably listen to Juno at some point. You were talking about it. I probably should. Are you familiar with it?
Not all of it, but a good handful. I would say if you do, maybe check out the deluxe version because it has a few like other songs that like I kind of had like a little bit of trouble finding on their own. I'm pretty sure it's like we're just extra like songs on the deluxe version of this.
You have to specifically look for the deluxe.
Yeah, like I think either Michael or Liz were like on the deluxe version of Juno.
I'm a disco.
I'm a disco man with the disco plan.
Yeah.
So you kiss my hands.
But yeah, I thought it was good. Like there was a couple songs where I was like, I didn't feel like I was powering through at any point, but there were a couple songs where. But I mean, we are two dudes. It's kind of hard to relate to the female spectrum all the time. I mean, I could try to understand it, put myself in their shoes. But I thought it was a good album, and there's definitely some bangers on it, like some songs that made it into my like songs on my Spotify. Like, definitely be playing those, and I don't know. That's about all I have for it. Overall, I'd probably give it a. I feel like it's definitely not an album you would listen to in the wintertime.
No, not really.
It's too happy, I feel like.
Yeah, it is definitely more of like a spring, summer.
Spring, summer. I don't know if you could even make it work for fall. Like you're pushing it there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd probably give it a 7.3 out of 10 overall for the album. I thought it was good.
All right.
A couple little rough spots, but I feel like every album we listen to, there's some point where I'm just like, and then I get back into it.
Uh-huh.
What about you though? What do you think?
I mean, if I had to give the album as a whole a rating, it would be like probably at least an 8.
I mean, we usually don't do that. So
no,
and this is an artist you've seen live on the tour for this album.
Yeah. So
I mean, she's probably still on tour. So if you like this album, you might be able to
go out, look for tickets.
Yeah.
All right, it's fun.
$40, something like that. That's what he told me.
She really gets into it, and she like, I don't know. It was funny because whenever she was performing, she was like, give me a prompt. We're gonna make a fucking song right now, and like someone like threw out a prompt, and it was like, fucking like chicken tenders or like fried chicken or something like that. And she was like, okay, all right. And she kind of like, give me a little, all right, and a little over here. All right. And then like she kind of came in and like started going with it and like she made it work. I mean, like obviously not like a full like 3-minute song or anything like that, but like just
it's a Grammy actually. She's gonna win a Grammy for her chicken tender song.
You believe that? She's actually gonna retire. She made so much money off the fucking chicken tender song. But like, yeah, it's like she has like this really fun vibe to her, and like she feels very creative. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure she's from like Palo Alto, like California, and just I don't know, just her being out on the coast. I feel like she just had a lot of fun, and like
except being alone in Miami on the other side of the continent.
Yeah, so damn fucking far away. But I liked one thing that really stood out on this album to me, anyways, was there was no like, we listen to something like Hum or Alt J or just fucking Fleetwood Mac or Amy Winehouse. Doesn't matter what we're listening to. It's all relatively consistent. You know what I mean? With her, it's like it almost seems like she maintains like her consistent like Remi Wolf isms, but dips her toes into like all these different sounds.
Yeah, the sounds are definitely different.
Yeah, I mean she'll go for something more soulful. She'll go for something more rock, something just like more psychedelic, more indie.
And the effects on her voice kind of changed too.
Yeah, and it keeps the whole thing just feeling like kind of fresh. You don't know what you're really gonna. Sorry, get burps. You don't really know what you're gonna get from her, and I mean, she executes all of it like pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Some better than others, but like she maintains like a pretty good quality to her fucking music, and I really like that. I will say this was probably like of all the albums we've listened to, this was like if not the most, like the second most like easy listen.
Most enjoyable for you?
Yeah, like I mean, like there are other albums that like I like would probably like rank higher overall, but like just like listening to this like on repeat, the times that I did to prep for the album, like I did not have a bad time like re-listening to this and going back and listening to tracks again. If anything, they kind of grew on me a little bit more, which I mean, I mean, we've kind of said that that's pretty common.
Yeah, it's a common trend here.
But like, yeah, no, I did not have a hard time like going back and listening to this. Something like Alt J might be like a little like daunting, with just like kind of like I don't know how sometimes
Yeah,
it really took
well,
its
even like
time.
with the Red Clay Strays, at some point you're like, yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah, give me
There's a
some.
few outliers here and there where they have different sounds, but it's not always better.
Yeah,
Different is not always better.
this was just it was a very fun album, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. So,
Same.
but yeah, I give it like an 8 out of 10. And
Drum roll.
drum roll here.
If I think we're getting to what I think we're getting to.
We are. I almost forgot. We got the trivia this week. Oh, before we do that, do you want to announce?
The album for next week will be Solar Power by Lord.
Okay.
Because she's got a new album dropping on, I'm not sure the name of it, but a new single just dropped in April 24th called What Was That? But her new album comes out in June 27th, I believe. June
Fuck.
25th. And I'm going to get a
Damn.
copy of it and we're going to review it.
Bro,
But
we can listen to that, but I'm fucking out in Arizona.
might have to get a copy of it while I'm there. That would be pretty dope.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be pretty dope.
Yeah, take that home with you.
But yeah, next week we'll do Solar Power. We're not going to do the...
Is that the one with the butt shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to do the one with the extended or whatever. We're just going to do the basic.
Standard?
Yeah, because it's a little bit shorter and I want to just cover that. But yeah, that'll be the album for next week.
All right.
But no movie trivia for me. It's all you, bucko.
Okay. This week's trivia is going to be Nope. Released July 22nd of 2022, directed by Jordan Peele, with a budget of $68 million and a box office of $171.2 million worldwide. Kind of surprised it wasn't higher, if I'm being honest.
It was probably pretty... How much was the budget? I'm sorry.
68 million. So like,
God damn, that's kind of... I mean, there was some
it's got some money behind
hellacious
it.
effects, but
Yeah,
there wasn't a lot of people in it.
it's got some effects behind it. It's got a little bit of money.
Got that monkey that ripped out that face.
I do wonder if maybe like, because I don't think this movie was like wildly beloved by like.
I feel like he lost a
audiences.
lot of people with that his debut movie. What
Not
was
his
that?
debut, his follow up. Because people like went nuts for Get Out. Then he
I
had
haven't seen Get Out, but I've seen the second one.
Us.
Yes.
Yeah,
With the twin, and she's in the House of Mirrors. I thought it was good.
I did too.
The guy on the boat, he's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then like he like goes to hit her with the hand dummy.
Yes. Dude.
Yeah, no, it's
scary.
Fucking Get Out's pretty good. Get Out is pretty good. I feel like general audiences liked it a little bit more than I did. And then like Us came out and it was kind of like
You didn't care for it?
I didn't like it as much, and I don't
See, now I gotta watch Get Out.
and I don't think audiences liked it as much as they liked Get Out.
Was Get Out a horror movie too?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
And then Nope came out and I feel like people liked it, but like still not like on the level
I
of
liked it. I liked it a lot.
Oh, I loved it. I love Nope.
I'm gonna have to get a copy of it. I need to watch it again.
Nope is a lot of fucking fun. And like it kind of reminds me of, if I had to compare it to anything, it like really reminds me of Signs quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like that mixed with Jaws a little bit.
I seen a skeeter flying in here, and it's like, oh,
Get that shit out of here.
for you.
So yeah, box office of 171.2 million. So we'll jump into the trivia. Despite being featured prominently, Fry's Electronics like the place they were going to like get all their like recording gear and stuff like that, actually closed all of its locations in February of 2021 prior to the film's production. So like, yeah, those were done, but they're like, okay, let's keep those in there. Why not? Jordan Peele cites King Kong from 1933, Jurassic Park from 1993, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't either. Maybe one of these days.
We might need to watch it, dude.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, Signs from 2002, and The Wizard of Oz, 1939, as influences on the film. He considers these films as examples of addiction to spectacle, a major theme in the film. The horror film to be it is the first horror film to be filmed with IMAX cameras. The main characters, brother and sister, OJ and Emerald, respectively, wear orange and green clothes. Never noticed.
Yeah,
that.
I know he put a lot of like. I remember seeing like the scene with the spider, in the wasn't it a trailer where there was like spiders or something, or scorpions.
Oh, yeah. Where it's like the footage or whatever.
Yeah, well, his tie in that
Mhm.
scene, like it was like a close up of
Okay.
that or something like that. Very detail oriented.
Okay, I got you.
Not to go, but like in The Shining, when his tie had that green to it that resembled like the little maze or whatever.
Okay.
Similar, like that
Shit
kind
like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. One of the most famous chimp attacks in film history was Bedtime for Bonzo in 1951. Future President Ronald Reagan, originally an actor, if you didn't know that,
Yeah. Love this work.
was nearly suffocated by Bonzo pulling on his necktie. After he broke free, okay, so after he broke free from like, Bonzo the chimp going after him, a crew member had to come and like cut the tie off of him. It was so tight. Like, you couldn't untie it. It's like, we're just going to have to cut this shit off of you. It's the only way. When Ricky states that in 1 hour, you will leave here having witnessed a spectacle. When he's having the whole show.
Yeah.
It's funny because there is exactly 1 hour until the film's conclusion. Like when the end credits start rolling.
That's pretty nice.
That is. That's cool timing. I like that.
That's hard to do.
That is very hard to do. That, like... Okay, you have
well, I mean, if it wouldn't have lined up, you wouldn't have thought anything of it. But the fact that it does line up, it's like...
That's cool. That's fun.
What if they're like... In approximately 46 minutes, 27 seconds.
Yeah. In 18 seconds, you are walking out of here with a spectacle, all right? I'll tell you what. I didn't actually have this written down, because a lot of the trivia that I came across was, like, it was very wordy, and I'm like...
I ain't got time to write that. That's why you gotta get that tablet, boy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
paste.
Like, that's a lot of writing. I ain't got a lot of room. But I do remember who was the guy that they brought on to actually record it, the older guy, and the kind of the rough voice.
Yeah.
He was like, it was a one-eyed woman, fine purple people eater. Whenever the alien like shifts later on, and you see it like a one eye, one horn, like it has like one eye, and that's kind of like what it looks like. So that was a thing. But also, I did like how OJ was wearing, like, it said he had like the orange shirt or whatever, or he would wear orange clothes. I liked he wore the Scorpion King like production team fucking hoodie.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was a thing. It's like, is that from the Scorpion King?
We're gonna plug our own brand here.
It's like, yeah, our family works in Hollywood. We got the horses. They got the horse from us. That was pretty cool. Upcoming films for this week. Coming out May 9th. Comedy movie, Friendship. Did you ever watch I Think You Should Leave on Netflix?
Nope.
Okay. It's kind of like a weird,
who did that show though? Who was on it?
His name's Tim Robinson.
Yes, where he's like this door only opens one way.
Yeah.
You know what scene I'm talking about, where he
Uh-huh.
like makes the door go the
Yeah.
wrong way on the hinges?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, I've seen it.
Yeah, and it has the
You put it on here before.
yeah,
And then after you left, I put it on, and I like the humor.
and
It's different.
has the one where like the girls are out to lunch and she's like having lunch with these two dum dums.
Yes.
She's like slopping down some pig shit with these two
Yes.
fatsos like that. Yeah, so
Oh.
the new movie Friendship that's coming out is actually it stars him and like Paul Rudd. And they're just
Okay.
like
Damn.
yeah, like two middle-aged dudes that like fucking move into like the same neighborhood and they become friends and then like things kind of start going south between them as friends and like it maintains like the same like brand of humor as like I Think You Should Leave. And it looks like it gets kind of nutty. So I don't know. It looked kind of good.
Yeah, you're intriguing me.
Action movies. We have Fight or Flight, which is just like a action movie on a plane. Looks kind of nuts. There was a chainsaw in the trailer at one point.
How you gonna get that on a plane?
Don't know how you're getting that on a plane, but there were like some like
You gotta toss it up.
yeah, bro. Yeah, you gotta have someone throw it to you with the window down. That's how you get it in there.
Science.
And it just looks like a corny action movie, but that's fun.
Cornier than snakes on a plane.
Cornier than that movie Nonstop. If you remember us watching that, where Liam Neeson like flies and the zero gravity grabs the gun and headshots the dude. Fucking. And then for horror, we have the movie Clown in a Cornfield, which it looks alright. Looks kind of like a cheap horror movie, but looks
It's
fun.
like Children of the Corn meets It.
It is. It was funny. Like I remember, I saw like one trailer for it whenever Alex and I went to go see Sinners. And there's a part where like, oh, there's a killer clown in the cornfield, and they like run inside like this farmhouse. They're like, we gotta call 911. We gotta get the police out here. And fucking like go to like use the phone, and it's a fucking rotary. Mind you, these are like Zoomers, and they're like, what the fuck is this? Like,
I don't know how to use a rotary. Do you?
What? Yeah. Oh,
You know how to use a rotary?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Just grab it and rotate that bitch. Let it reset. Let it reset. Let it reset. I don't know. I'm kind of shooting from the hip here. I don't know. It's like, do I got to put in the area code? Like, how does this shit work? I would imagine.
Do you have to put the 1 in front of the area code? Or?
It's like, do I need to put the dashes in between? Is there a dash? That's what I need to know.
I don't know Morse code, damn it.
This shit got me baffled. So. Boom, boom. It's probably my lady messaging me or some shit. I don't know. But, I think that's it for this week. What, because I know we're at like, what?
Well, we probably hit an hour.
Yeah,
we were almost at a half hour before, and we're at 34 minutes.
We were like 28 before we came out?
Something like that.
Yeah. So.
Give or take. There's going to be a little bit of editing.
We'll get there. We'll edit out the Papa,
yeah.
Mama.
It wasn't too bad, but
no,
yeah.
it wasn't that bad.
Thankfully, Lindsay got here, and we got the wrapper out nice and smooth. So, no breaks.
No
so
breaks,
thanks for sticking with us. The thick and the thin.
For Rizzle. So, this has been the working hour, and until next time.
Don't work too hard now.